Hey, welcome back. I want to talk to you about a tool that you can use to create bespoke shape dividers for your website. This is very common, and there's tons of tools and platforms and plugins out there already, but this one really caught my eye. It's GetWaves.io. GetWaves.io. The link is in the description. I am not affiliated to them, but I want to show you how to use it right now. GetWaves.io is literally that. It's just a one-page site, and you have a shape divider at the bottom. And you can either have waves, you can have like a blocky pattern, or you can have like a zigzag pattern. Now, right now you're looking at that and going, well, that's not very creative, is it? That's just quite normal and unique. Look what happens when I start to move this over here. We get some unusual shapes. And I could even hit the randomizer and just get totally unique shapes. What about this one over here? This is what it looked like before. And look at this, we're now getting like totally bespoke patterns here. And the same with the zigzag as well. Look at this, it's like mountain ranges, and you can even flip it to be the other way around as well. So is it on the top or is it the bottom? So you can flick it around. Here's a really cool bit. You can also change the color, obviously, and you can put in your hex code, but you can change the percentage as well. That is now 50% transparent. I'm going to show you something that you can do later on when you get this into Elementor. So let's just put it back to 100%. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to we'll just do a randomizer, and I'll just take, I don't like any of these at the moment. There we go. Let's go for one of these. There we go. Let's go for that pattern there, right? You click this little arrow here and it gives you the code. Now you can download the SVG and stick that into your Elementor website. So you could technically use this as icons as well. So you could position them anywhere on your website. I'm just using it to be used as like a shape divider. So I'm going to copy the SVG code, then go over to a test page where I've already put in a section. It's a section with nothing else in there, just with a background image. Now, if you try to add your shape divider here, it's not going to work because you've already got shape dividers preloaded. But don't worry about that. You just go over to here and do HTML and drop that in. Bear in mind though, if you had downloaded the SVG, for instance, or even the code, you could have stuck in an icon and used an icon instead, so you can have like a funky looking icon and do stuff with it. But like I said, I'm using it as a shape divider. I'm going to stick the code in here. Now at the moment, this code is it's opacity 1. There's no transparency. But if I just expand over here, can you see it says fill opacity 1 here? If I change that to be 0.5, it is now 0.5, 0.1. You get the drill there, 0.8, less transparent. So I'm just going to go with a 0.5 for now. You also have the color scheme over here as well. So if later on I decided, oh, I don't like that color, it doesn't matter. You can change it on the fly. So even though you got this SVG, it's not like, oh, I've got to go back to the website now to get it. Once you've got it, you can now mess around with it. Okay, so at the moment, this is kind of in the middle. And I'm going to go over here to the section. I'm going to go to the column position and say put it at the bottom. Now, one thing I did notice about this, even though I've said no gap, and I could go up here and say 0, 0 on the margin pad, and I could even do it on the column as well. You don't have to, but I'm just showing you. Even though I've done all of this, and this section is no gap, there was still, can you see there's about 6 pixels. It's not completely to the bottom. I wasn't entirely sure why. It's probably going to be in the coding, the binary coding we get there, but I didn't want to mess around with that. So I just went over here and I just did a negative margin of about, oops, sorry, I'm doing it on the section. Don't do it on the section, do it on the HTML. Sorry, go to the HTML, and I just did about, I think it was -6. So now I get my shape divider at the bottom. Yes, this looks really odd. Sorry, I'm probably not telling you all the steps. Let me just go over here, go to style, make this a full width. And now it's going to be the full width. Of course, if you've got a box width and you drop this in, it's not going to work perfectly well. So think about your placement, think how you're using it. But if you want to get some really bespoke waves or blocky patterns, for instance, look at this. You could have some really funky stuff going on here now with your shape dividers and have something completely bespoke and unique. And it's free and easy to use. I hope you like, subscribe, share and follow, and I'll see you soon.